Hello everybody, and welcome back. My name is Dalian Fifi, and this is some more Spiritfall. I've actually progressed a little bit into the game now, and I am having a ton of fun. I unlocked our second set of weapons. We have, if we go down to the blacksmith, we have their names. Specifically, we have the Battle Hammer Axe, the Sisterhood Gauntlets, and the Astral Cord Bow, which is not available in the demo, sadly. It is my favorite weapon, but we'll work with the Sisterhood Gauntlets. I don't have any of the upgrade materials just yet, but I was able to unlock them. So I will have a quick little video showing off how these work, and hopefully getting to the first boss. Because I prefer these over the Battle Axe. They do a little bit less damage per hit, but you were able to pretty easily stun lock enemies, and that is a great start, starting with the green. Ooh, Impervious Dash. And so, for those of you who are new to the game, the different colored like animal figures here are the different boons. Think, say, Hades, or say any other kind of like roguelike where you were able to kind of choose your path. You were able to kind of decide ahead of time, like, okay, so if I follow this path, I can get this boon, this boon, and this boon. It's a little less random than Hades, because in Hades, I feel like you just kind of have to go with whatever you find, for the most part. In this, you can kind of look ahead and plan out your runs. And as you can see, I am able to just rather easily stun lock the absolute hell out of these guys. We get Dormant Ember. So these Dormant Embers that you can pick up, and the weapon runes, they are used to unlock new weapons for the weapon runes, obviously. And then the Dormant Embers you feed to the Perennial Flame at the beginning of the game to get more passives. So I've picked up a couple of these passives. So if I come over here, I can jump on top of these enemies' heads, and it actually resets my dash cooldown, which adds actually a surprising amount of mobility. And I gotta be careful with these locusts, because they seem to be programmed specifically to knock my head off. Oh dear. Oh, we got a big rat. So the dash ability I picked up is the Impervious Dash, which is really useful for people who are a little brainless in the way they play, like me, where I would rather charge directly at an enemy than dodge around them. So Impervious Dash allows you to, well, usually, absorb projectiles that are fired in your direction. If I'd let that fly live, I would have shown you, but I'm unable to because I absolutely crushed him. And I think we'll continue down the green path. Generally, the green boons are very, very good for newer players, which is why I like to use them, because I am not very good at the game, usually. Like I said, I prefer the bow of all the other weapons. However, in this demo, there is no bow. There was an early access build of the game previously, or a more or less an alpha build of the game previously, where you were able to use the bow, and the bow was very nice. Let's see. Whenever you recover health, gain bonus damage until you're hit. Ah, here's one of the passives that comes from this guy. Poise essentially just means your next attack cannot be interrupted by anything. So, and opposing attacks deal less damage to you, which is nice. Very, very nice. So that attaches onto my launcher, which is my big charge up smash ability, essentially. I think the ability you would use in a platform fighter to knock an enemy off the map, that is your launcher. So it charges up, it's good for breaking guard, it's good for smashing through armor, it's good for just getting rid of enemies like this. Ah, here, wait. Dash, just like that, and you can just eat these projectiles, which is super, super nice, because they will chip away your health with a freaking quickness. Uh-oh, big scorpion. It does not work on every single projectile in the game, I believe. But it works on a lot of them, which in the later stages does help a lot, because there are certain enemies that fire a ton of projectiles. Hey, and just like that, clear our stage. I love the enemy's bodies being able to like bounce around like that. It makes it so cool to like, and so satisfying to just launch them. Let's see. Enemies that overlap another bonus damage. So this, like these ones might be a little more flashy, but this ability as a passive is incredible because a lot of the time you're going to be punching enemies and knocking them around and they will sort of overlap each other. And just that stacking bit of bonus damage is incredible for killing just crowds of small enemies. And of course, we've got some beefier enemies as soon as I say that. And this rat is really causing me problems. Oh boy. Oops, all locust. Oh dear. Ooh. So, these locusts are actually really difficult. They add a lot of challenge to the early game. Because before the early game, when it was just the rats and the scorpions and the roly-polies, it was actually pretty easy to progress. But now, it's not super difficult, but it can still be a bit of a challenge to get through even the earlier levels. Ooh, thorn bracelets. You deal 35% damage while at 30% or less health. And it increases our launcher damage. So these relics, you're only able to carry one of them, at least at the moment. I don't know if there will be changes that allow you to carry more. Ooh, they kicked our ass last time. Let's see if we can beat this guy. You basically have to perfect 3-stock this man. It seems like they gave this boy a little bit more power, because before, this one was, in my opinion, the easiest of the group. Because as far as I know, there are 3 of these special enemies. And he might actually kill me. Oh boy. There we go. That's 1 stock. Let's see if we can get 2 more. So basically your rewards in this area are tied to how many times you can knock this guy off the map without, you know, obviously dying yourself. And that one felt definitely a little dirty. Hey, 3 stock. I wasn't even afraid. So we get +1 essence, which we will come into value a little bit later. Let's see. We get impervious bolt. May as well. What do we get from this? Freezing attack. Ooh, let's see. I think freezing attack is good. It's always good to like get yourself a buff on your attacks. Doesn't look like we're gonna get an opportunity to heal until we get a little bit further in. So I might go into this boss fight with very little HP. Could be a little bit of an issue. So Impervious Bolt starts out slow and accelerates and destroys projectiles on its way, which is very nice. Ooh, boy. Immediately got smashed. So this is a good way to show you what you can bring back to the area. So if you do die, you get to keep all of your upgrade materials. And I have gone through and gotten a couple upgrades already, but each one of these little bonuses is a passive that you take with you into the levels. And you do not need to, say, like, pick up a red buff to activate any of these passives. You just have to have them unlocked, essentially. And a lot of them are very, very nice. So you could start the run with an extra 100 of the currency, air superiority. This one is one of my favorites. Hop lets you jump off enemy heads, and then jumping off enemy heads deals 5 damage and resets your dash. So theoretically, you could beat the game by just jumping on enemies' heads. I think Divine Protection is a good one for me to pick up. And then this guy, you were able to bring him his scrolls that allow you to upgrade different areas and add, hopefully, more areas to heal throughout the game. But yeah, that was the Sisterhood Gauntlets, and me dying very early on in the stage. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any comments for the developers, please leave them below, and I will try to get them passed along. They are very responsive, very cool people. Anyhow, my rambling has gone on long enough. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll be able to get a video out showing off the bosses very soon. I got to the first boss previously, and she kind of smacked me around a little bit, so we'll see what we can do. Anyway, thank you. This has been Daily and Fifi, and if you would like to see more content, please drop a follow and a like if you could. Obviously, you don't have to, but I would appreciate it. Please have a great day. All right. Be kind. Be happy. Oh boy, that was quite a fight. And have a good one, everybody. The previous video, I kind of got my ass handed to me, but we are back with a little bit of Spiritfall, and I have made my way with a pretty solid build and a lot of health to the first boss fight. I want to show it off for you guys. I'm also using a new weapon. These are some very, very fun punch-based weapons that I can't remember the actual name of. And here's our first boss. When I first saw her, I just brain shut off and I just said, "Oh God, big lady." And I really enjoy her. She's our first major obstacle on our path to ascend through the world. We're just a pawn, nameless and expendable. Okay, let me show you. And welcome to the Enduring Century. And that's a strong opener. Whew. So bosses in this game have a lot of guard, at least she does. Her whole deal is, until you break her guard, she's gonna break you. But as soon as you actually break her guard, you are actually able to kind of mess her day right up. That was my cool little twister move I got from following more of the green spirit. And there's her move to get her guard back and chew up a whole bunch of my HP. And I've gone into this with a lot of bonus HP. I haven't fought her in a minute though, so she is going to absolutely smash me. I mean, for some people that's their cup of tea, but you know, I'm not gonna lie. She's a pretty cool lady. So I'm currently using mostly green buffs or green boons. It actually makes this fight really manageable. So my dodge, I am able to block projectiles, even though a lot of her projectiles are not able to be blocked in that way. And I died. Fuck.